Hello everyone, my name is AZZATRU, how are you, and welcome to another Star Wars Battlefront 2 news update video of mine. And in this video I'm going to be sharing with you patch notes for the Another Night on Endor update, which releases tomorrow, Wednesday, October 23rd. From a new Jump Trooper skin to major improvements, there is a lot more to this update than you may think. The first big news is that Felucia is coming to Heroes vs Villains. It will be an area that surrounds the village and the Sarlacc pit, so you can fight around those areas, as well as the laser fence, which you can turn off and infuriate heroes and villains alike. There is still no word if this is coming to arcade, but I'm glad DICE have put it in HvV at least for now, and DICE have made some minor improvements to the visuals and visual effects of Felucia, so I'm excited to see what changes there. As we already know, Ewok Hunt is getting a new map and more changes to the game. However, DICE have just revealed some extra information that was not present in yesterday's community transmission on Ewok Hunt. Ewoks can now move when activating their Valiant Horn, and they've made some audio and visual improvements related to the arrival of the extraction shuttle. For more information on the new map and other Ewok Hunt stuff in depth, please check out my previous video after you've watched this one if you did miss it. Next up, we've got 3 new skins, one for Luke Skywalker, Han Solo and the Clone Jet Trooper. We've also got a clip of the new Clone Jet Trooper and Han Solo skin in action. So this new clone skin will be the default appearance for the Republic Jet Trooper, and it matches the 501st Legion. DICE have said that the already existing default appearance of the red and white skin will be an unlock in the collection menu, which everyone will own if you do wish to use it. There will also be an updated portrait icon for the Clone Jet Trooper. As for the heroes, they are the Battle of Yavin appearances, and as I said in my last video, the new Luke skin will be connected to a special in-game event, whilst the Yavin Han skin will be available right off the bat at 40,000 credits or 1,000 crystals. If you don't do the in-game event, you can get it for 40,000 credits or 1,000 crystals after the event has happened. You're probably wondering, what is this challenge I have to complete to get the Luke skin for free? Well, this is what it is. It's very simple. You just have to get 10 kills in Ewok Hunt. This starts midnight Stockholm time on Friday, and it ends the 6th of November Stockholm time. So there's a decent amount of time for you to do this. This is super easy. No one should have a problem with this. I'm just glad they're giving away yet another skin, because it means people that are new to the game will be able to experience more skins and stuff like that. You can get these 10 kills with either Ewoks or Stormtroopers. Moving on to co-op, and it's getting some new content. So you'll be able to defend on each of the planets instead of just attacking. Personally, I found this to be the least interesting thing about co-op. I got really bored when playing defending on co-op at Gamescom, so let's see how it's improved if it has. So on Commando, you'll be defending as the Republic. On Geonosis, you'll be the Separatists defending, the clones defending Naboo, the droids defending on Kashyyyk, and Felucia. Co-op will now be accessed through the front-end menu on a special tile next to single player and multiplayer. Players then can select the faction they want to play as, clones or droids. DICE have redesigned the co-op in-game scoreboard to focus only on the playing team, and they've made balancing changes to several co-op maps, such as the changing of amount of command posts in certain maps and phases. You can't talk about co-op without instant action, and they've made some much needed improvements to this game mode. DICE have said all star cards, weapons and mods for weapons are unlocked and fully upgraded on instant action. This is something I've been asking DICE to do since Gamescom. I think this was a much needed thing for the wider community, not just the hardcore community, but a lot of the newer players coming in, so I'm so glad they did go through with this. Us PC players will now get a setting in the main menu that will allow us to change the number of AI players per team in instant action, so I'm excited for that. And lastly, DICE have enabled background ambience visual effects on several co-op and instant action maps. This update is going to have several quality of life tweaks in other areas of the game, so they've made some improvements to the in-game user interface, starting with adding elements to the UI for hero star card bonuses that have different ranks, as well as a UI element that shows reduction in explosive damage, and messaging will be included for non-hero health on kill star cards. And it won't stop there. Troopers will be getting some changes, such as the Officer Flash Grenade. so it's been tweaked slightly to be less obstructive. It will cause a flash, but it won't be as strong as staring into the Death Star exploding. DICE have also made several changes to the nameplate and health bar, so they've added a dark background above the head to improve readability. The stamina bar has been tweaked for colour to improve readability, and the health bar has introduced visuals to clearly more define the amount of incoming damage you just took. They've also redesigned the ability overlay screen, so it now shows the equipped star cards. For relevant hero characters, they've added an icon and information about the passive ability that lets them regain health when they defeat an enemy. Capital Supremacy has also received major changes, so they've added a destructible object to the final stage of the Dreadnought, similar to what can be found on the Venator. This is what people have been asking for because the Dreadnought was simply too hard to destroy, whereas the Venator was much easier to do. So I'm excited to see how that plays out. Now let's talk about heroes. So they've tweaked the logic and timing of stagger animations to allow players to move easier after attacks. Plus, all characters are now immune to staggers for 0.7 seconds after they've already been staggered. This is applicable to staggering abilities, melee, and lightsaber attacks. Oh, and something I just missed off is that they've made audio adjustments to clone Commando abilities. Not sure what they are, but they've apparently been improved. Going back to hero abilities, they will not get cancelled when the heroes are hit with melee attacks. Melee attack right after a lightsaber attack should not stagger the player. And as for all hero abilities, players will now be able to use them during or after being staggered, depending on the ability. There is a whole host of changes made to staggering that I'm not going to mention in this video, just for the sake of time, but if you do want to read all of them, I will leave a link to the patch notes down below so you can check that out after you've watched this video. But just general bug fixes, they've made so many to Luke, Yoda, Obi-Wan, Anakin, Iden, Dooku, Chewbacca, the list just goes on. But the most famous bug fix is the one where General Grievous's thrust surge would make him spin. That's apparently been completely fixed, so we'll see how that goes on. An interesting but useful change made to Emperor Palpatine is his Chain Lightning ability will now show the target number of available opponents for it, but you cannot trigger it without having a target. Bosk has also received a bunch of changes for his Predator Instincts animation, proximity mines, and more. So that's all of the patch notes for tomorrow's update. I'll be keeping you guys up to date tomorrow with a bunch of videos, so make sure you do subscribe and turn those notifications on so you don't miss any videos tomorrow. Remember to drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment below any of your thoughts on this patch notes down in the comment section below. Check out any of the two previous videos on screen if you missed them, and I shall see you all in my next Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. Goodbye.